Diving into that Davinci Resolve 17 color tab, and this is a good one. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. If you've tuned in for the last few videos, you know we've been going through each tab of Davinci Resolve, starting with the editing tab, now heading up the coloring tab. First of all, these two tabs seem to be the tabs that everyone hangs out in the most. Obviously, edit tabs where the meat and bones of your video production happens, and then the coloring tab is where you put on that spice, that really good color grade and all that. And Davinci Resolve has been known to have the best color grading software going around, and what they've done with 17 is absolutely unbelievable. They have changed the game once again. There's a few things that really excited me about the new color tab. One, the layout's a little bit cleaner, a little bit fresher. That's just a little bit of, probably not something that's going to excite a lot of people, but for me, I really loved it. But there were two main features that were absolutely mind-blowing to me, and I absolutely loved what they've done here. Something that I haven't seen any other competitor do at all. Number one is the high dynamic range wheels. So in your typical editing software, you've got your three wheels for your shadows, your midtones, and your highlights. Well, Davinci Resolve has taken that one step further and created 6 wheels for your high dynamic range scenes. What that means is with their software, which I believe GPU accelerated, so it is pretty intense on your computer, but what it does is really analyzes and breaks down the data in a way that no other software is doing, so you can actually divide up the scene rather than 3 parts into 6 parts. So when you're going into the HDR wheel, there are 6 wheels. There's black, dark, shadow, light, highlight, and specular. Basically, specular and black are the white and black, the absolute extreme ranges, and then they've divided up those mid ranges or the in-between even further, so you've got much greater control. What they've done is made it so that every single one of these tabs is going to have a different color grade to it, a different color hue, as well as with the click of a button, you can see where the actual mask is affecting. It's really, really simple, and you can play around with the intensity of the mask, how much you want it to come through, the saturation. All these different options have just added another level to your color grading experience, and honestly, this is going to help so many people up their game in color grading. I was playing around with it before. It was fucking amazing. It was really, really cool. I felt I was getting these really nice grades, and the way that the software works is it's very gradual, so it doesn't move straight from your darks to your shadows and with like a hard cut, so it does blend in really well and make it look like you've used almost like you've used the perfect light for your image. It's fucking amazing. The other one to get excited for, guys, is the color warper. Now, I did talk about this in a previous video about what to look forward to in Davinci Resolve and things that got me excited, and I am super excited about this. The color warper is this little spiderweb thing that I'm calling it that works across all the hues on your color wheel. It is absolutely awesome. What I really love about it is how easy it is for you to use. When you're using the color warper tool, you take the eyedropper and just hover it over some place on your scene. It's going to show exactly where on the color palette that specific pixel or group of pixels is, and all you got to do is click and drag with your mouse, and it'll start changing the hue in all the relative pixels. It does it in such a way that it's a really smooth transition, unless you're pulling it really extremely, but in general it creates really smooth colors. And if you look at this scene here, I was able to inject a really subtle purple haze into the sunset that really added this extra effect, and I just thought it looked absolutely awesome, and I was so happy with it. I think this is a really, really amazing tool. I think it makes color grading so much easier again. I think it's a really good way to add those little bit of color and sort of shift your scene in a way that looks really organic. And I think this one is very, very user friendly, and it's so simple to use. It doesn't really need an explanation to why this is such a benefit and why this is so good. I was absolutely blown away by this. I did not see this coming. I, again, have not seen this with any other competitors use it. I don't know if I'm just ignorant or I don't know what's going on, but I haven't seen this come in from any of the competitors out there. So absolutely fantastic job by Davinci Resolve. I did say 2, but I actually meant 3. Now this one blew my fucking mind. Now, if any of you have done any color grading before to a serious level, you know sometimes there's scenes where things you might have fucked up a shot or something's not right. It was just a hard shooting condition, especially if you're a running gun shooter, and you've had to use a mask tool around the subject to create the colors that you want on the subject without interfering with everything outside. And if you know anything about creating masks, it's a massive fucking pain in the ass and it takes forever. Davinci Resolve have basically saved that and stopped that from happening and stopped that from occurring. They've brought in this new feature, which is just like absolutely mind-blowing. Most of these changes have been quality of life, and you can probably work around them, and it's going to save you a little bit of time, but nothing massive. This is going to save you hours and hours on an edit. This is insane. So they've got a magic mask where you can just draw a little line on the subject, and the magic mask will analyze the scene, and you'll be able to tell whether it's a person, this is someone's arm, this is a t-shirt, piece of clothing, and they'll create a mask and analyze the whole scene and track the subject through the whole scene so you can color grade them. And then it even lets you fine tune the grade. So if there's a little bit too much feather on it, or if it's like a little bit outside the line that you really want it to be, you can fine tune the grain so you can really, really manipulate and control the scene in terms of colors. Like, these 3 features that I've just listed are absolutely insane, but that magic mask is just, it blew my mind. When I was watching them do it on the live stream, it was absolutely insane. Watching what it could do and seeing how well it seemed to work, it is just so easy. It's just basically a click and drag, and you look at the subject, and then Davinci Resolve does its thing. I am fairly certain this is very intense on your computer, so that's probably a problem. If you've got a low-end computer, you might be sitting there for 10 minutes waiting for this to work, but if you are lucky enough to have a very high-end computer, you're going to be saving yourself a bunch of time with these features. It is absolutely amazing. Davinci Resolve has blown my mind with this update number 17. I can't wait till it's out of the beta. They get rid of some of these kinks and bugs, but to be fair, I haven't really run into too many so far. Nothing game-breaking. So it's been an absolutely awesome experience to jump on 17 and explore it. I highly recommend you guys do. There will be a link in the description for you guys to jump in and download it, give it a try. It is free to use. That's it. If you have gotten this far, guys, love a subscribe, love a comment. Let me know if you've tried out the new color grading software. What's your favorite feature? Do you reckon it'll be the wave warper, the HDR wheels, or the magic mask? I'm going to say probably the wave warper. Sorry, the color warper. Not wave warper. The color warper is probably going to be my favorite feature because it just really just adds such polish to my videos already, and I'm absolutely in love with it. So thanks for joining me, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.